Arsenal fan, I hide after we get humiliated. We were taught a lesson in how to handle a European game. Several of our boys have not really experienced that, and we went over there reflecting our naivety and all to do back at the Emirates, not just this weekend, but also when we entertain the Dragons of Porto. Wish us luck.
Yeah, I wish Porto good luck, man. But yeah, should be a good second leg to watch. But yeah, next one, he is back. He's been away for a while. The last time he joined, I think it was Mr. B when he predicted Sheffield United to beat Arsenal at Emirates 3-0. But he is back. It's his Flair himself. How are you doing, Flair?
Yeah, I'm alright, thanks, mate. Hope everyone's well. Hope everyone's keeping good. Glad to be back. Obviously, I make my appearance twice a year nowadays, so we'll just have to see what people are predicting today, see if we can start any arguments, any debates.
Arguments, yeah. I mean, look, Flair's like Malasia, man. Like he's been appearing for one time for a season, and next season, yeah. But look,
Yeah.
Malasia, who knows what the hell has happened to him? But look, we still got more panels. But yeah, big up to you, Flair. It's good to have you. Next one, I don't know how he feels, but it should be fine. But it is Stepsy himself.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Don't know how I feel. Big up, Boris, Manny, Flair.
Big up, mate.
Big up, man. Big up.
Don't know how I feel.
No, but like today, like how do you feel? Like Friday day, how was your day?
I'm reflecting still. I'm still reflecting from Saturday and Thursday and Wednesday. To be fair, I'm still reflecting how we've conceded 6 goals in 2 games.
Yeah, man.
You could say 4.
Still think about that mistake they gave us to Hoyman. Yeah. But yeah, big up to Stepsy. And obviously we have himself, Hano. Big up to you, Hano.
Big up, Hano.
Yeah.
You see, because Chelsea are playing the Carabao Cup final, so he's here.
Yeah. Finally show my face. As we're not playing, so can't talk about my team in the Premier League. So yeah. But I look excited for this weekend. Newcastle. Maybe Newcastle can do something for me. Who knows? So yeah.
Can the Geordies do something?
Wait a minute. We're playing Newcastle though. Arsenal are.
Yeah.
So
they need to do something.
Why am I not surprised?
But yeah, and also new panel. His first time on the stream. It is Harry. Big up to Harry. How you doing?
Yeah, big up. Thank you very much for having me. Big up to all of you as well. Looking forward to getting into this.
Of course. Looking forward, man. Like obviously, Man United, Spurs. We have a lot to talk about tonight. But we'll go through the comments. Hashim, big up to always here on the comments.
Yes, Hashim.
Let's see Hashim. Chelsea fan, big up to you.
Big up Chelsea fan. Big up Hashim.
And it says big up panel as well. Big up to you, Chelsea fan. But yeah, we're gonna get through this game by game this weekend. There's no 12:30 kickoff, so I will go in order by what I've seen from the app. So 3 p.m. we do have Aston Villa host against Nottingham Forest. Manny, you can go first. Can Martinez keep a clean sheet?
If Awani is playing, probably not. And you know me as well as anyone else, I seldom, if ever, predict a clean sheet for him because sometimes his defence is capable of moments of ineptitude. Stepsy will remember when Villa played Luton at Villa Park, Martinez's clean sheet was ruined by a ridiculous backwards header from Ezri Konsa, which ended up being an own goal. And other stuff, which against Fulham when they played, it was Clement Longley. I know that Harry might remember him with some affection, but personally, I don't think he's up to snuff. And that little bit of incompetence cost him a clean sheet, but he did recover with 2 clutch saves at the very end of the game. Forest did recover well, beating West Ham, but then West Ham, it has to be said, are also a team in free fall, and we can tell because we thrashed them 6-0, of course, on their home turf. And although David Moyes was offered a new contract recently, I think he said he will wait for that. But Forest is still a team that will find it a little bit difficult. And this is actually going to be a tough, an interesting period for Villa because they seem to, at least in theory, have overcome the slump they had, which was brought about by injuries. And with a few first-team regulars coming back into the team, they're starting to perform a little bit better. The likes of Pau Torres, among others. Luca Digne should provide Alex Moreno better competition at left back. And of course, they're back at Villa Park. Obviously, their unbeaten home record was conclusively broken, but they are still a very formidable team, and I would expect them to win. I would, and of course, with Watkins back in goal scoring form, I can really only see an Aston Villa win here. They're going to have to also learn to make sure they be patient and concentrate, but they should have more than enough for this Forest team that have been performing better under Nuno Santo, but still are nowhere near good enough and still have the threat of relegation hanging over them. So Villa to win this, but 3-1. No clean sheet, so if he does keep a clean sheet, it's a bonus.
Yeah.
What's Martinez injured, is he?
What do you say?
Is Martinez injured?
No, I don't think he is. He's
No,
not. He's perfectly fine.
Wait, 3-1. After all that prop to Forest. And you say 3-1. All that prop to Forest. Awoni, everything, and 3-1.
Well, because Aston Villa are a much better team, boy. Simple as that. And speaking of Villa, they've also been...
No,
they've
wait.
also...
Hold on. Forest beat this lot too at Forest.
Yes, but look at where Forest are in the table. Look at where Villa are in the table, and Villa also, it has to be mentioned, have been drawn against Ajax Amsterdam in the Conference League. So a tasty matchup there with Jordan Henderson coming up against Premiership opposition. It will be fun, but Ajax still a shadow of the team they were, and I think Villa should have enough of them. But against Forest, this is also a foregone conclusion as far as I'm concerned. And yes, Mr. B, good evening to you.
Hello.
What's up, guys? How you doing? All right?
Leeds, Leicester have just gone one up at Waste Leeds.
Shit.
Leeds 0, Leicester 1.
Okay, so Orest, I hope that answers your question. Who's next?
Yes, it does. Let me go to steps next. Also before you speak.
I agree, Manny. Basically, I mean, I think Villa will want to get back to form at Villa Park. I mean, their home record was obliterated by United and Newcastle, so they want to get back to winning ways. They've got players back, which will help them. Watkins is on bit of form again. I think they missed these goals. I'm going for a clean sheet for Villa. I think they want to put an impressive one here. So I've gone, same with Chelsea fan, I've gone 2-0.
2-0, fair enough. Interesting. Hanno?
I would just go 2-1 Villa. I think they should have enough to beat Forest, but never know. It will be a big shock if Forest do win because they will have done the double over Forest, over Villa. So
Yeah.
I think the thing that the hangover Forest as well, that points deduction that should be announced in April. So I think that's a big worry for them as well. I don't know if that will affect the players as well, but it's being announced that the verdict will be done by April.
Yeah, exactly. Let me go to Flair. Villa Forest, what's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, so obviously, I agree with what Manny said. However, Hanno, as you said about Villa obviously losing to Nottingham Forest, it's like form, injuries, everything impacts the game in all sorts of ways. So it's not exactly going to be, easy for Nottingham Forest to get into the game, obviously, because they are a team in the relegation, like heading to relegation, which I think they could get relegated this season. But Aston Villa, top side. However, I think they've had their ons and offs this season. Started the season quite well, then they just started to go downhill a little bit, and then they go back up. So it's a bit, but they are 2 points ahead of Tottenham. So I think that they could get a positive result. So I'm going to go with 3-1.
3-1, fair enough. By the way, there is some mic crackling.
Yeah, it's not me, man. I see somebody say it's me, and it ain't. I don't think it's me.
Yeah, I'm done. But yeah. Fair enough. Harry, Villa vs Forest.
Yeah, I think it's a game where, and one of you just touched on it in terms of Aston Villa started very strongly. Maybe not strong now, but I think it's a game that they will look at it and go, I want to get top four. This is the type of game they have to win at home as well in front of Villa Park crowd to put it right. In recent defeats they've seen at Villa Park, but consistently over the season have had good results there. So I think this is a fairly comfortable Villa win, if I'm honest with you. Forest obviously will be fighting for every single point possible, but Villa should have the players on the pitch. I'm going with 3-0 Aston Villa.
3-0 Aston Villa, fair enough. So clean sheet for Martinez. Mr. B, I'm obviously big up for joining the stream. I hope you're well. But yeah, Villa vs Forest.
Yeah, arresting the rest of the lads there.
Big ups to Mr. B.
Yeah, I think this is well. Forest got a good win the other day, didn't they? 2-0. So could be a shock on the cards, but I don't know. I think there could be a draw here at least. I think Forest could probably. I think it'd be 1-1. You know.
1-0. Ooh. I mean, look, as a United fan, I would definitely take that. But yeah. We've got a comment from Jason. Even and Harry, big up to you, Jay. Rich Sports says hopefully Forest can get some from this. Obviously, yeah, for United it will be massive. Got to about I'll talk about Hoyland later on. But my prediction, I think I'm going to go with a 2-1 Aston Villa win. But yeah, I think it's going to be a win. But hopefully, I want Forest to get something. I have a draw. Listen, if Forest can go there and win, that'll be amazing for them. That brilliant result. But for me, I think a draw is best. But listen, Villa, I think they'll be too strong. But yeah, next game, we do have Brighton. They host Everton. I mean, look, both teams. Talk about their form wise, they've been on and off. Both teams, like Everton, I don't think there's a stat. If someone can remember, I don't think they've scored. I don't know if it's true, but I don't think they've scored or won in the last summer game, something like that. But yeah, I mean, let's go to Stepsy first. Stepsy, Brighton, Everton, two struggling teams. What do you see this happening in here?
Yeah, two teams that are not on rich game vein of form. Everton obviously struggling to win at Goodison as they've been all season. I mean, we've won their choice. I mean, that's something if we're winning their choice. I think Brighton have got a bit more about them. I think they're only. I mean, their bit was against us. I mean, they didn't look at all. But I don't think we let them play. If you let Brighton play, they tend to open up chances, and we didn't let them. But when they played the other week and won and got 4 past, was it Fulham?
Yeah,
I think Fulham let them play. So Everton will want to try and sit deep, try and contain them best they can, and try and hit them on the break. They haven't got a striker. Calvert-Lewin is absolutely ludicrous at the moment. He can't hit a barn door. I mean, he scores against his wife. It's a blessing for him. To be fair, they've got Decora's back, but he's still way off the pace. I've had to go. I've given Everton a goal because Brighton can concede, but I've still gone Brighton 2, Everton 1.
Brighton 2, Everton 1. Yep, that looks like a fair result. Mr. B, your thoughts on this game?
Well, as Stetsy just said, you don't know what you'll get from Brighton at times. So, I think I still think they'll win because I think Everton can't score many goals. I think they go. I think they will get a goal here, but I think I'll go with what Chelsea fans said. I'm going with 3-1 Brighton.
3-1 Brighton. Fair enough. Hannah? You're on mute.
This game is tough to call. Reason being is Brighton, they either slap a team or they get slapped. And last season, who remembers that game? 5-1 Everton. So, yeah. And it was a draw at Goodison Park. Mm. I want to go Everton, but it would just be such a shock if they get a draw one. I'll go 2-1 Brighton, just to be safe.
2-1 Brighton. Next step, see. Fair enough, Blair.
Yeah, obviously, both of them are good teams. It's going to be a hard challenge, I think, for both of them, considering, I think they've both got great managers. Sean Dyche for Everton, obviously De Zerbi for Brighton. So I think it's going to be a fair game. Obviously, Everton trying to stay up. Brighton, I don't really know what conversation. Where are Brighton in the table?
Mid-table.
I think they're about 10th or 11th there.
Yeah, so obviously
Yeah.
they'll be hoping to.
No, they're not 10th because that's Chelsea.
Yeah,
Chelsea
they're
are 10th.
7th.
Seventh, yeah, seventh.
Yeah.
So,
Chelsea,
obviously-
Stepsy, Chelsea are 10th. So, yeah.
3 points ahead of us. 6 points behind Manu.
they're obviously going to be hoping to get Conference League or European football next season. So the fight is on for them, and obviously Everton trying to stay out of the relegation zone. So it will be a good match, but I'm going to predict a 3-2 win to Brighton.
Ooh,
No, I still think Brighton have got a good chance of winning the European Cup. I still think they've got a great chance.
I wouldn't go that far, but I'd probably say that they are a team in contention, but I can't say that they're going to win trophies anytime soon. They're still a team that's building up, obviously, and under Zerbi, they've got a project going on.
Okay.
I mean, look, West Ham, listen, I know they're rubbish, but they could do something in the Europa League. Like, I know they're demanding Moyes to go, which, listen, is West Ham play? Yeah, they are playing against Brentford, so I will touch on West Ham soon. But look, Brighton, Everton, if I come to the other two, I'm gonna go with 2-1 Brighton. Keep it cool, but it will be tight for both teams. Manny, over to you. You're on mute. Like Arsenal fans on Wednesday night.
Yeah. No, listen. The reason why I was is because somebody suggested that when we're not speaking, we put ourselves on mute to avoid the crackling of the microphone. It could be me because I'm the only one with the attached microphone. I don't really think this is a game worth discussing, to be honest. I think Hanno did touch on it when he said that Brighton either beat teams, handily or get handily beaten themselves. But this Everton team is really only above Luton in the table by virtue of goal difference. And, of course, Luton were very unlucky to face a Liverpool team that just is in red-hot form right now. And, they're struggling to score some goals. And, obviously, if things can't quite go their way, then it's going to be quite difficult. And, of course, Brighton have been drawn against Roma, who, somehow managed to beat Feyenoord in the the playoff. That was yesterday. I saw the whole saw the extra time and the penalties, and that was a real nail biter. So Roma aren't quite the team they were, and Brighton actually could fancy their chances. And of course, they actually forced Marseille to go to the playoffs themselves by virtue of topping the group that had the minutes. So don't discount Brighton. They probably won't win the whole thing, but they will, make a good fist of it. And obviously, a game like this will be an opportunity to make sure that they test some of their returning stars. I think Tariq Lamptey will have a role to play, as will Danny Welbeck, of course, ex-Arsenal and United boy. And I do get really irritated with the constant rotating of goalkeepers. I think, Verbruggen and Steele will be training hard, wondering just which one of us is going to play and which one will be on the bench. But somehow it seems to have worked okay enough for Brighton. And De Zerbi is proving to be a little bit eccentric as he is. But they should have too much for Everton. I do know that in the corresponding fixture last season, Everton absolutely, gave them a hiding to the tune of 5-1 en route to staying up. But then circumstances were different back then. I don't see this Everton team being capable of repeating that result. They're not even going to be capable of, getting the win. It should be a win for Brighton. I'm going to go so far to say clean sheet, 2-0.
Have you seen much of Brighton, Manny? Who would you prefer a goalie to stay as number one and one as a backup? And if you had to pick one, who would it be?
I will. I'm coming to that. I think Steele seems to be a little bit more consistent than Verbruggen in some respects. If you decide who your goalkeeper is and you've got European football, you play one goalkeeper in the league and the other goalkeeper in the European competition and the cup competition. It's as simple as that. It's constant chopping and changing, for Premiership and European games and cup games. It doesn't do anyone any favors, and hopefully this nonsense won't be repeated. But I suppose it's working okay for them so far, and that they're still doing enough to remain at least a little bit in contention in theory and still doing well in Europe. So we'll see how it pans out at the end of the season.
Yeah, 100%. But obviously, Harry, I'm going to come over to you now. Brighton versus Everton. How do you see this game happening?
Yeah, it's really interesting for me. As you see, we're looking for two teams that I think have been quite inconsistent for different reasons throughout the season. I look at Brighton and go, there's goals either way that they're involved in. But I say at the same time, I look at Everton, I go, where are the goals going to come from? So I'm going to go 2-0 Brighton. I'll be very surprised if Everton do win. I can see them maybe getting a point. If obviously in football, luck is the last part of it. If luck goes their way, they get the right decisions. They win second balls, then Everton could definitely at least get a point. But I can't see them win this game. 2-0 Brighton.
To be fair, Harry, luck don't go down the bottom of the league, does it? It was always at the top. Especially with VAR as well. Especially with VAR as well. Don't go down. Luck don't go down in the bottom.
Last question before I move on to the next game. Does anyone here think that Everton will go down?
I think so, maybe, yeah. Yeah, possibly.
I know as well. Stepsy. Manny, you don't think so?
It's very hard to say. I mean, the more I see Luton, the more I like them. But I also know that Everton are capable of a scrap whenever they need to, and they did enough last season. So, I was predicting, admittedly, that Everton would somehow stay up by the skin of their teeth. But even now, that seems very doubtful. So I'm keeping my cards close to my chest. You're not going to get anything out of me.
The only reason I reckon they might go down is because, like everyone said, and it's a point, as everyone said, where the goals are going to come from to keep them up.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's
Calvert-Lewin's more of a record.
I speak to a lot of Everton fans, and they say, "I don't know when the next goal's coming. I just don't see when the next goal's coming."
Yeah, and look for me, they've got Calvert-Lewin who's probably more focused on modelling and doing advertisements for other stuff. But for me, I don't know, man. I don't know with Everton. They've got James Garner from Man United, but for me, look, centre backs. Obviously, if they was to go down, obviously for me, as a United fan, I would try and look at Braithwaite, the centre back. But I don't know because Everton, they've been like I said, they've been a bit 50-50. But look, they have no one in attack. They can have midfielders like obviously unknown and stuff, but it's about your attack. Like I think they still got Jack Harrison. I mean, what? Come on, Jack. I mean, they could do way better.
I think he's only on loan. It's due to a permanent, but he hasn't been lining up any trees, has he? Really? So,
Manny, is Alada going to Arsenal? Do you think he's going to go there?
He could if Partey leaves, and the most important thing is we really need a striker, and yet Arteta's too stubborn. I don't think he will. Break the bank for anyone really, but we'll talk about that some other day. But are we done with the predictions for this one, or who else is left?
Yeah,
yes, we are. We're done. Yeah. Next game, we do have Palace. They do host Burnley. I mean, guys, if we're being honest, nobody is going to have their eyes on this game. But obviously,
Sergio Aguero's cardiologist on Twitch. It's very possible that Sergio Aguero could come out of retirement.
Oh, okay. Might go to Brentford. Might go to Brentford.
That better be real.
I mean, the specialist cleared him.
Aguero on the Thomas Frank. I would love that.
Well, hold on. He had a heart problem, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Guys, one at a time, please. Whoever wants to speak first, go ahead.
I said he had a heart problem when he left City to go to Barcelona because the Barcelona thought we'll get him on the free, which was a done deal. He started playing, and then all of a sudden he started getting Slawa, and he had to come off like half time a couple of times. He went to the specialist, and he's got a heart problem. Has it been rectified? I mean, he's getting on. I mean, his age is catching up with him. I mean, has it been rectified, or is he fit now? No one's heard of him.
No.
Yeah, but
I mean, if you've heard him coming out of retirement, it's not unheard of.
Yeah, but listen, here's the thing. I mean, obviously, with a Brentford connection, Mr. B will remember what happened to Christian Eriksen at the Euros. I mean, he literally collapsed and was almost, dead. And then he was resuscitated. He had a pacemaker installed, and he played almost immediately afterwards. I think because
also,
there's been a
he bugged off to Man United for a load of money after he joined us.
Yes, but you got your revenge by thrashing his new side 4-0 at the G-Tech. So all's well that ends well, at least. But I would say that since there's been a huge gap between, Aguero's retirement and the possibility of him coming back to play, I think it's fair to say that his days at the top level are done and dusted. He could possibly do, what the Brazilian legend Socrates did and turn out for a non-league club, Garforth Town springs to mind, or maybe he could, just have an indoor, kickabout or do something at a much lower level. But we have to be honest, his days at the top are gone. If he does decide that he wants to play again, we wish him nothing but the best. And also, I have to mention Tom Lockyer. I believe there was some news about him, Stepsy, possibly. If he were to be given the all clear by the doctors, he'd love to play again. But depending on what the doctors say, obviously his health will have to take first priority. So I do hope that he will be all right. If he does have a pacemaker installed, all the better for him.
Well, that's the thing. He hasn't got a pacemaker because he's got a defibrillator installed. It's at the side of his. I mean, I don't know if anyone saw the Good Morning TV bit.
Yeah, I saw that.
He lifted up his shirt, and you see it's right in the side of his, right just below his lung, and there's a wire that goes to his heart with a like a pacemaker thing. But he says if he goes into a relapse again, that will just kick in, start his heart again. They said.
I think he said.
At the moment, he's linked up to the doctors and the hospital with his heart monitor being monitored every week, so they're keeping in the loop on that. But he said, as far as football goes, it's what the specialists say. He said he's got a long way to go. He's still got the birth of his daughter to come any moment now. Could be today, could be tomorrow, any moment now. So we'll focus on that for the time being. But he said, when I see the specialists, when things are settled down a bit, they'll be able to tell me if I can play football or not. I personally think that it'll be touch and go, but I wish Lockyer all the success and I want him back.
Okay, all right. But anyway, let's get back to the prediction. I think, as Oris said, I don't think anyone will be having their eyes on the Palace-Burnley game. And, of course, this will be Mr. Herr Glasner's first official game in charge against a Burnley team that really are going down sideways fast. They are doomed, as are the Blades. I'm going to be conservative and go for a 2-0 win. Let's just give our scores. Flair, what say you?
I mean, that is a game, isn't it? Obviously, Palace, they are a team that, have struggled in recent times with management. Obviously, Roy Hodgson fell ill and has left the club. So they've obviously brought in that manager from Frankfurt. So I think that they could actually progress. And, I don't think they're going to get relegated. Let's be real. I think that they're too good of a team to actually go down. But mind you, though, we said that about Leicester, but let's not go there. But I seriously do think that they actually have a chance on doing well this season. Well, what's left of it. So I'm gonna go Palace 3, Burnley 1.
Oh, so obviously with Sam Johnston back in goal, the defence looks a little bit better by Dean Henderson. We'll switch up the order. Harry, what say you?
Yeah, for me, as you say, I think you allude to it perfectly. It's a game that, I don't think any of us are gonna be there looking at the score all the way through for 90 minutes. It's not a game that I'll be looking out for. Mm-hmm. I think that Palace will be okay. I think Glanzil will keep them up. However, I don't think he'll get off to the best of starts. And I'm going to go for a little bit of surprise and go 2-1 Burnley.
Ooh boy! Well,
Really?
it's not the only person who's predicted a
Possible.
Palace stutter. I believe Chelsea fans gone for a score draw. Let's go to the other Chelsea fan, Hanno. What say you?
Yeah, this game potential new manager bounce. But Burnley could spring a surprise, of course, 1-1 draw early in the season. I'm going to go with a hat trick of 2-1s. 2-1 Crystal Palace.
Okay, and Stepsy.
Tricky one because I will have one eye on it because of obviously Palace where Palace are, Forest are, and where we are, Everton where we are. I'll have one eye on it. Obviously, I'll probably do half time and full time like everyone else will have a look at it. Burnley, they're still playing the same passive play that they're playing in the Championship. It's like it's not working. He hasn't tried to change it up at all. He's still playing the passing game, and the teams in the Premiership press very quicker than they do in the Championship, and it's not working for them. Palace, on the other hand, yeah, okay, they're indifferent as well. I mean, their main mans are definitely Eddie and Elise, even though Ayew scored at the weekend as well, so he's back in form. It's a hard one. I think there'll be 1 or 2 goals, but it'll be one either side, and it could be nil. But I've gone for Palace 1, Burnley 1.
Oh, so we got another score draw. Mr. B, are you also going to predict another shock like you did between Villa and Forest?
Well, the thing is, if Palace have got Elise and Eze there, they would win it. But I don't think if they haven't, which I don't think they have they? I think they're still out.
They touch and go, Eze. I have no idea.
So I wouldn't think they got any chance. So I would go with that one as well. With what Stepsy and Chelsea fan have gone with 1-1. I'm going with that as well.
Okay, so the only one left is our main man, Orest. What say you?
Look, money. I remember previously I called that company, but you said, Orest, you can't do that. Look, man, company is a fraud. He is absolutely a fraudulent manager. So, look, Palace, I think obviously new manager bounce, that could do something with them. So I'm going to go with 2-1 Palace win. 2-1 Palace win. Another L for Burnley. Another L for company's heads. Shame on you against the company, mate. But look, man, obviously Burnley fans, if there are any in the chat, they could tell me, but there's no replacement for company, which I do understand. I do get, but for me, it's the system that he's doing with Burnley, man. When they're playing, it's the system. He doesn't change it up. It's the same style, and yeah, he still thinks the Championship. So, look, I'll be surprised if Burnley can get a result here. You know, it'll be a brilliant result for them. But Palace, new manager bounce. I will go for a win for them, 2-1 win.
Yeah.
Next one, I mean, I can't be asked to talk about Man United Fulham, but yeah, look,
Fulham, they're going to win it.
Højlund is injured for 2 to 3 weeks. Massive.
What could that happen last week?
Last week he smashed Luton Town. That's what he did. But yeah, look. Look. This won't be easy game. You know, this will not be an easy game. I expect this to be a very, very tough game. Our front three for tomorrow. Listen, I swear to God, if I see Rashford as striker and Anthony back on the wing, I'm not watching that match. I'm not watching Anthony versus Robinson. That left back I do rate highly. So, tough one. I think I've seen reports that we might start.
Your manager doesn't want to start Amad Diallo, but Ten Hag all the way. I
think someone was waffling at tonight, but look, front three, he could go with Amari Forson, youngster from the academy. But look, man, I want to see Amad Diallo, and obviously people are saying about Ten Hag's this management of Amad Diallo, but for me, I'm just like, what is the rush with him? Like, why are we trying to rush him back into starting? Because for me, our front three of obviously Garnacho, Højlund, and Rashford. I think that's been our best three so far, and it's factually statistically true. So, look, Højlund being out is massive because he obviously Norwich Sports was like saying he could have got 7-7, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Obviously, defenders. Luke Shaw is injured. He's gonna go McDonald's every day now to get his cheeky hamburgers as usual. So yeah, man, he's injured for 2 months. Listen, people that know me of Luke Shaw, he is a massive liability, man.
If
And
that guy was a horse, he'd be put down by now, wouldn't
be
he?
fair,
I want him gone.
he looked,
I want him gone this summer for me.
to be fair, he looked off the
Yeah.
pace when he came up against Wenger on Sunday. He looked a bit off the pace. He got skinned quite a few times, and then he went off injured. I just think he was embarrassed.
Yeah. But look, I don't know who's going to start. Listen, if I see, for me, I'll probably see Amrabat start left back, and then obviously go over and that lot. But I'm not sure, man. But in terms of score predictions, I'm going to go with 2-0 Fulham. Yeah.
Are you taking the Mickey, Orest?
Yeah, he's got. To
I don't believe that
Absolutely.
Fulham are going to be that good a team to beat you at home. I know you lost 3-0 to Bournemouth, but then that obviously the way you were then is you're completely different now.
Yes.
I think I'm going to start by saying that this should be a routine United win because, look, in as much as you may have even in as much as you may have a few weaknesses, Orest, Fulham are not going to be that strong a team that they will, come and, cause you too many problems. I know that Willian is still playing really well, but even he also will get a bit tired. They're still going to depend on quite a few other players to make things happen, and they still don't quite have a striker. So, yeah, this should be a routine United win. I'm going to go 2-1. I think whoever is playing will, score you some goals. So you don't have to worry about that. A shame about Højlund, but, ashes to ashes and dust to dust. If Højlund doesn't score, someone else must. Maybe Garnacho. Mr. B, do you concur?
I wouldn't say it'd be quite routine, Manny, because I think Fulham are a decent team, but United are going to have obviously got Højlund missing. That's a real miss for them because he's going really well and getting loads of goals. I think they might still have just a bit too much for Fulham, just a bit. So, I'll go your one probably, which is 2-1. But I don't think it's quite routine. I think it'd be closer. It'd be quite close. 2-1 United.
Listen, guys, I don't know because obviously Højlund. I don't know if you guys saw, but Højlund is injured 2 to 3 weeks, so he's got a muscle injury. So, guys, we could see a potential front three of Rashford, Antony, and Garnacho, which probably is not ideal, but yeah, listen. Look,
Tom Mane to the rescue. Tom Mane.
but yeah, let's get. Listen, Hannah, remember that word is banned on my streams. We made a rule that word is banned on my streams.
McTominay and replace Bruno.
Listen, you know what? Yeah, from Ten Hag, I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised if Ten Hag stops McTominay up front tomorrow. I won't be surprised. Generally, he used to be striking back in the academy days, so I'm surprised. But look,
hey, listen, he's scoring goals for Scotland, so you might as well enjoy him. And one of these days, Orest, you never know. You are really going to appreciate what he does for your club.
Appreciate Kai Havertz as well. Yeah, Kai Havertz as well.
No. Havertz is a completely different case. I mean, he contributes really nothing. So I know what you're saying. Beggars, people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. But I'm not. After our loss against Porto, I never want to hear anyone telling me about how important Kai Havertz is to the team. Basically, nothing but a glorified passenger. I'm sorry.
Havertz, in Havertz's respect, he's been decent for us this season, right? You can't expect a midfielder to come in, bag 30 goals in his first fucking 28 games. He is a good player. He can win the ball in the midfield. He can score when he can. He misses a few chances every now and then, yeah, but at the end of the day, he's still a midfielder, and he still does contribute into our midfield. He's better than Thomas Partey.
No, I'm not having that. I'm not having that. Claire, I'm sorry, I'm not having that. But anyway, listen. This is a debate which could go on for a long time, and we've got matches to deal with, and I'm not having anyone comparing Kai Havertz to Thomas Partey. I know Havertz might have a Champions League winning goal and a winner's medal, but listen. I am not about to have any of that. And Mr. B, I think you've given your prediction. Hanno, I think
Has
you're
he?
about to give your
Has
prediction, weren't you?
Mr. B, what was the prediction? Mr. B? 2-1 United.
2-1 United.
So yeah, 2-1. Sorry.
Right. So, Hanno, did you give yours?
No, he hasn't.
No, I don't know where he's going.
Yeah, but
Oh.
I think maybe he's muted now. Harry, let's involve you a lot more. What do you think will happen at Old Trafford?
Yeah, I think it will also be an interesting game. We heard the news of Hoyland being injured. For me, there's two parts the way I could look at that. One, 3 hours before I found out he was injured, I added him to my FPL team and took away 4 points. So you can look at that in terms of, that's frustrating. Or you can look at it in the point of view, the Spurs' point of view. United are out a player who's really in form at the moment. And obviously, Luke Shaw, his name's been mentioned quite a few times. Whatever you kind of think of him, it's not ideal for Ten Hag and Man United because they're going to have to rotate. Personally, I completely agree. For me, it'd be Amrabat that comes in. Left back, I don't see what Anthony brings. So, I do think he will be the one who comes in. So, I think United will struggle. I think they'll get the job done, if I'm honest with you. I think it'll be a really tight game where Fulham don't take their chances. United do. And maybe the best team doesn't win in this case. I'll go with 2-1 Man United.
2-1 Man United, 100%. And for me, obviously, before we get others, it's just back to this club. Why on earth would you just break down Reguilon's contract and let him go? Because I did not understand that. For me, I did not understand that move. And look, it just didn't make sense. And we got rid of Alvaro Fernandez, our youngster. So I mean, it's just clueless. We are just clueless from top to bottom. So yeah, Step C, your score prediction.
When Outback came on against Luton, he looked okay at left back. So yeah, I could see Outback taking that position over Luke Shaw because he's injured. Hollywood was a big miss. He did pretty much run Luton a bit ragged at times. Rashford, there's promising bits that he's done against Luton. I mean, he was a threat, obviously. Obviously his chances went left, right, centre, over the top, or near the corner flag. So his shooting boots need to be put back on. For Fulham, I mean, they got Jimenez, and that's probably about it. There's a threat for them up front.
Jimenez, Willian, don't forget.
Yeah, but Willian will run the midfield. I don't think he'll get up there for set pieces. But
João Palhinha in midfield as well. Yeah. João Palhinha.
Is Vinicius Blake? Is it Vinicius?
It's strange for Fulham because Fulham at this stage where they need to now make inroads. So Willian and Pele will have to make roads for Jimenez to get anything. But Man United did look very good. I still don't understand why Casemiro and how Maguire stay on the pitch on Sunday. I don't understand. They were both horrendous challenges. No, come on, Casemiro, two in a minute.
Casemiro one, okay, fair enough. But for me, look, the first one,
Casemiro,
card, that was not yellow.
Well, the first one was a booking. The second one was definitely booking because he lost the ball and he went into the player after miscontrolling it. So that's a penalty. That's a send off. And Maguire took out Morris.
Come on.
I'm not saying it. Maguire.
Look, for me,
let's
be right. The referee was a shambles for both teams.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Well, for your first goal, he was in the way.
Listen, for the first goal, your defender was sleeping.
We've had to disagree, but I think them two were lucky to stay on the pitch. That's why he took them off half time. That's a story for another time. So in my eyes, they should be playing. But in my eyes, Willian has to make inroads from Jimenez to get on the ball. I still think they not have got enough. I think Garnacho will turn up for this one. And I'll tell you what, Dalot, when he went that money he made against Luton and he scored, I'll tell you what, he's got his boot on him. So I wouldn't be surprised if he got a score sheet sooner or later. But I've gone with the panel. I've gone with Manny and Steve. I've gone 2-1 as well.
Right. So who's left with their predictions?
I think Flair.
Flair, I think.
Yeah, Flair.
So obviously, Man United have, as everyone said, without Højlund, he's got the same amount of goals as Bukayo Saka in 2024, which is the most amount of goals.
Oh,
they are going to be missing a lot of firepower up front. So Fulham are a defensive side. So I can see this going either way, really. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw.
Oh,
Desmond.
Few goals. Oh.
Right. Did Hannah give his prediction? Yeah, go.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Did he?
No, he didn't. He didn't. No, he didn't.
No,
he
Hannah didn't.
He didn't.
Hello.
I think last season there was more of a chance of Fulham winning
He
than
got
this
Fulham,
season.
didn't
2-0 or 1-0 United.
he?
Then
Well,
again,
both
United usually concede. United clean sheet. 1-0 United.
Banana keeping a clean sheet. You mad?
Oh, listen, mate. Listen, Onana's been playing well recently, man. Let's give some props to Onana, man. Onana, listen.
Can't catch a fish.
For me, look, Onana recently, I think he's performed very good.
Banana, what's the name? Banana.
He has improved.
He does look better recently, actually. He looks a lot better, a lot calmer.
Oh, what? So that goal that scored where he went,
Yeah. Okay. Enough with the goalkeeping bashing.
And then what did your keeper do?
Sorry.
All right. Enough.
Back.
Stop. All right. Time out. We need to move on. Next match,
game,
please, Orest.
We do have of course. We do have the Cherries host Manchester City. It should be an interesting game, to be fair. Regarding to away travel, I think maybe you can see 20 City fans there, but look, it should be good. You know what? Yeah, let's be honest. Bournemouth to get a result, not to win, but if they can get a draw, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm gonna be the first one to. Oh, you're shaking your head already. For me, listen, if they can get a draw, I would not be surprised. But obviously, City are most likely to start De Bruyne, and they'll be a bit frustrated with the Chelsea draw. I mean, to be fair, City should have lost against Chelsea, but money. Bournemouth versus Manchester City. What do you expect to see happening?
This is going to be one more of those games, Orest, where there isn't really that much of a point in taking a look at it, because Bournemouth have suffered some very heavy defeats back at Dean Court. Obviously, we beat them 4-0. Liverpool beat them 4-0. Can we really expect anything otherwise? And the funny thing is that for a time, Bournemouth were playing really well, and Iriola's coaching philosophy was starting to work. But one thing which was noticeable when they lost to Fulham at Craven Cottage is that some of the mistakes they were making defensively started to come back, all of those bad habits, as it were. And it's not really a nice sight to see. And I actually do think that several of their players are good quality. Kluivert coming in, the son of Patrick. Yeah, he's actually been, he's been...
Got off the board a bit now.
Yeah, he has, but it's as if he's been given a second chance of having a career, and I thought he has been quite impressive in the chances that he's had, and he's certainly been a big player for Bournemouth. But this is, of course, a City team that's obviously eager to make sure that they take whatever opportunities they can, and this is obviously, it is going to be important that they succeed where both Liverpool and Arsenal succeeded if they are to have any hopes of winning. I know, Mr. B, that when they played your lot, I thought your lot was superb, and they couldn't break you down, and it's had to take an unfortunate slip for them to get a result. But but I'm giving you a compliment, mate. You should give me some credit for that.
I know you are, mate.
But here's the thing, I just think that when it comes to this Bournemouth team, I just think they're still a little bit naive at times, and they just seem to make far too many mistakes for me. And United obviously going to be a ruthless team that will punish them. I want to be kind and say that they still have some issues at the back, so it will be a 3-1 win. But, a win's a win. It doesn't matter how you get the 3 points as long as you get them.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Let's move on to Stepsy. What do you see happening in this match?
Yeah, I don't think Bournemouth are the like Brentford Park 10 men on the bus hope for the best. I think they want to come out and play some football. I think they'll get undone though. Like Manny said, they are slipping a little bit now. They've gone back into their old ways. Solanke's still a threat, but I think that midfield of Man City is going to cut out any kind of sniff they've got. I don't see Bournemouth scoring. I see Man City getting a few more. I see this one being Bournemouth 0, Man City 4.
Okay, interesting. Let's have Flair. What do you think, Flair?
Yeah, I agree with Manchester City getting them 4 goals. You know, Haaland's back, which is obviously great for Manchester City to add some more firepower to their team. Phil Foden, obviously, in good form as well recently.
Quality.
So, but I do think that Bournemouth can cause some trouble to an extent. You know, with the attackers they've got, you know, Dominic Solanke, he is an incredible striker for them at the moment. So, look, I think that they can possibly get a goal or two. So I'm going to go 4-2 to Manchester City.
Flair, interesting you say that. There have been calls for Solanke to be called up to the England squad. Now, I know that there are some other good strikers available. Obviously, Harry Kane will be the first choice. Rashford might still be there or thereabouts, but you've got Watkins, you've got Wilson, and everyone else. Do you think Solanke does deserve some credit? I mean, some mention, because, I mean, he had one friendly back in the last decade and wasn't called up since. But maybe a possibility of him given a late call-up.
See, look, considering that he's scored 14 goals in the Premier League this season for a side like Bournemouth, I mean, it's incredible, really, to be honest with you. So I definitely do think that he deserves that call-up, because scoring 14 goals for Bournemouth isn't easy, let's be honest. So,
and the other 21s as well. He got a lot for them, didn't he?
Yeah, he's carried Bournemouth this season, to be honest with you, and they would be in the relegation zone without him. So, definitely agree he should be called up.
Yeah, I think he's right. I think he has been overlooked quite a bit with the likes of Kane scoring for Bayern, Watkins in form for Villa, Wilson banging a few goals for Newcastle when needed. So yeah, but maybe Fair's right. He should be there or thereabouts, but he's been overlooked quite a bit. I mean, with England, you've got people that can score all over the pitch, so maybe he is one that can be spared. But yeah, he should be there. He should be in the conversation at least.
I mean, for Christ's sake, they're putting in Nketiah in the England squad over him.
Well, that's one thing that confuses me. Why Nketiah is being in the conversation, but Solanke isn't.
Nketiah is not going to be picked. He's not going to be picked. He's not going to be picked. Let's not get everything in a twist. But listen, we need.
I'm saying he's in the conversation, Manny, but Solanke isn't. Nketiah is in the conversation. Solanke isn't. Solanke deserves to be in that conversation over Nketiah. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying
exactly, but we can agree on that. But listen, we okay. I'm glad everyone agrees, but we need to move on. Let's go to the next one. Yeah.
All right.
Next one. So I think it's Flair, right? Flair. Oh no! Right.
No, Flair already gave his prediction, so yeah.
I know.
Did Hannah give it?
Routine wouldn't really. This one for City might struggle a bit in the first half, but 3-1.
3-1. Fair enough, Mr. B.
Yeah, I think City will win this, but yeah, I actually can't see Bournemouth scoring. But I don't think it'd be quite as many as 4. I think it'd be 3-0 City.
Fair enough. 3-0 City. And Harry?
Yeah, I think that obviously it's a game I expect City to win. I do think Bournemouth will score those. I'll go with 4-1 Man City. Pretty routine.
4-1 Man City. Fair enough. I'm going to go with 2-1 Man City. I think it'll be a win for City, but it won't be, I think it won't be that much of easy as well. But Chelsea did say City to win 3-1. Next one. Arsenal.
Tasty one.
Come on.
Yeah, Flair. Given that you all right.
A minute before you speak. Yeah, all the Arsenal fans on Twitter. We're favourites to win the Champions League. Mikel Arteta's went army.
Orest, calm down. People who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. You were eliminated from Europe with your tail between your legs. Mind your neck.
Here we go. Here we go.
Well,
How many
Right.
Champions Leagues have you won?
Manny, it's
Yeah.
turn,
How
yeah.
many? How many do you have? How many do you have?
Yeah.
They're sitting at
Manny,
the
look,
league table right
Manny,
now.
you can't say that wrong,
Okay.
you know, because
We need to live
Okay,
up to
all right, fine. All right.
Manny,
All right.
Manny,
Yes.
you can't say that wrong because your fan base did say that your favourites to win this competition. So, look,
Okay, listen. Before we start with Flair as the Arsenal fan who's come back and he deserves to have his say first, let me just say those people in the fan base do not represent us, and they're basically the ones who are going to impede us from enjoying anything with some of their ridiculous statements. So until the end of the season, my request to all of you is, in the words of your manager, shut your mouth and eat it. Flair, over to you, son.
Yeah, obviously this is a
You're
game.
muted.
No, he's not. He's still
no, he's not.
Can
No, he's
Can
not.
hear him.
you hear him?
Claire?
He's still-
Hello, mate.
Yeah, he's talking, yeah.
Are you there?
Yeah, we still hear him.
Yeah, they're quiet, man. Manny,
Headphones,
they're
Manny.
quiet,
They got
man.
a bit wrong, mate.
Yeah, my bad. So sorry about that. Flair, go ahead.
No worries, mate. So yeah, Newcastle are a good side, you know, contending, well, attempting to contend for the Champions League spot this season. So it is going to be a difficult game. Of course, they've had their ups and downs. Another team which have had their ups and downs this season. You know, they've not really had a great start. Contention for them to be in the Champions League again this season, I think, is highly unlikely. So obviously, Arsenal have been in decent form recently. Although I lost it in the Champions League the other day, which wasn't great, but we're not going to talk about that. But personally, I think that we can cause some harm to Newcastle. I think we can do them damage at our own turf. So I'm going to go Arsenal 3, Newcastle 1.
Very
okay.
nice.
Very nice
Very
indeed.
nice.
Manny, over
And-
to you.
Thank you very much indeed. And one thing I will say about Newcastle is that, you know, in recent times, obviously, they've been affected with injuries and they've actually been performing a lot better. I give them credit than their, you know, their results would indicate. And obviously, of course, they were the team that broke Aston Villa's unbeaten run. And so when they are in good form and they have their players, they are obviously a very formidable team. I just think that in the absence of Nick Pope, for example, I think Dubravka may feel as though he's under a little bit of pressure. Maybe he's trying a bit too hard. It's hard to really say. But, you know, against Liverpool, for example, Dubravka had the game of his life. He was just unlucky to be beaten by some other world-class goals. And the home loss to City was tragic for them. But this team are going to give us problems. We will obviously need to win to make sure that we recover from the Champions League debacle. And this is the sort of game where we really need to make sure we take it seriously, because revenge for St. James's Park is in order. Having said that, I am wary about Isak. I know that Wilson's out with a pectoral muscle injury, very unfortunate. Gordon also will cause a few problems. And as long as they've got those nasty characters like Guimaraes and so forth, will you cut that out? That is disgusting. I do not like AFTV. I do not like Robbie Lyle. I do not like Green Eggs and Ham. I do not like them Sam I Am. Now, anyway. This, you know, Newcastle are going to be a team that will give us all sorts of problems with their own 4-3-3 formation. But we're going to look to try and attack Dan Burn, who is not the slowest. What Paul Dummett has done wrong, I will never know. But this should be an Arsenal win, but it will be tight and it will be a huge test. So 2-1 to the Gunners.
2-1 to Arsenal. Fair enough. Stepsy, your thoughts?
Yeah,
Do you want to give any banter to them as well?
Newcastle a good side. Obviously, I think Saka will have a lot of fun with Dan Burns with the quickness, because Dan Burns got absolutely outdone by the fastest player in the Premiership, which is Zebenge. He got torn apart. I think Saka's not the slowest by any means, so I think he'll have a lot of fun against Dan Burn. But Newcastle could score, and I believe. Isak, Gameres, Gordon, a few of them. If they can get forward and create some chances, there'll be goals. Being at the Emirates, Arsenal will score as well. But I've gone for Desmond. I've gone for 2-2.
Ooh,
Yeah.
2-2. Fair enough. Fair
Good
enough.
for you,
Hanno,
Yeah.
Hanno, over to you. Do you want to give any banter to them as well?
First of all,
I don't think
you're
Gameweek's
setting
out.
a League
To be
One
fair, you are
table.
10th.
So if you don't beat Porto, we will be there. And it won't be even a year since they lost to Sporting. That's an iconic moment when Sporting knocked them out
Yeah,
on
yeah, you had the
penalty.
Sporting player doing this at the Emirates. That is embarrassing, man.
Yeah, Aaron Ramsdale getting chipped. It will be less than a year.
You know what? Yeah, Arsenal do play
Since
Tottenham
that.
soon. I'm looking forward to that. I don't know why, but Arsenal,
Oh,
Tottenham. That's gonna be.
Tottenham
Harry,
can
you
do something.
must,
But
The old
it's
Arsenal
going to
game.
be this game. Newcastle going to park the bus. They're going to be like Porto, and it's going to be 1-1 draw. Last minute penalty to Arsenal. Not really a penalty. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
You think
look,
they'd be a bit jammy, really?
same old Arsenal always cheating. That's the famous chant. But yeah,
Tony was putting it.
Mr. B, over to you. What do you think?
Well, who knows really? Because you never know what you'll get with Arsenal, do you? At times, after what happened the other day. But yeah,
one time they're scoring 5 goals. One time they can't even have a shot on target.
Yeah, true. Newcastle has been struggling though, but I don't know. You know, they've got to come back sometime, haven't they? They've got to do something sometime. So I'm actually going to go a 2-1 Newcastle. Sorry, mate.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you one thing. We got a Spurs fan in our midst, and I know that nothing will make him happier than
you know
seeing
what?
us.
Talking about that, let me just do this. Hang on a minute.
Oh, it's good.
Oh God, this is never good. He's going to pop up something in a minute.
Oris, you really are incorrigible. You know that?
Oh dear, love it.
All right, listen. Yeah, this is a safe space, mate. All right, we're not going to judge you at all. You are a part of the family, and there'll be no snide or no banter. Tell us what you really feel. Yeah.
I think it's going to be interesting. I think there's goals in it. To be honest with you, I'm feeling goals everywhere we're looking. I'm going to go 2-2. I think it'll be a draw. I think that Arsenal look back and kind of regret that. Personally, but yeah, I think Newcastle will have a good end to the season. I think some of the likes of Brighton will really try and push those European places. So I'm going to go 2-2, which I think, in Arsenal point of view, as obviously Flair says, it isn't an easy game, but it's a game that Arsenal will want to win.
Come on, Harry. I know you want to banter Arsenal. 4-3. 4-3.
I'm going for now. I'll speak after the second leg, but part of me thinks they're going to turn it around. So we'll see after the second leg.
You never know with Arsenal. I mean, they'll be jumping up and down thinking, oh yeah, Superman got to give him a 10-year contract.
Yeah, exactly. We'll probably get another late winner like we did United at the start of the season. But anyways.
And what did that lead you with? Nothing. But anyways, who hasn't given us
wait. Before we move
the table, that's where it led.
If we win on Saturday,
Sunday, you mean Sunday? Come on.
Sunday.
Yeah.
In what will be our worst seasons.
Leave it. Save it for a minute. But has everyone given a prediction?
We might have more trophies than Arsenal.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay, I'm gonna go with for Arsenal Newcastle. I'm gonna go with 3-0 Arsenal. 3-0 Arsenal. I think Newcastle. There. I don't rate the way Newcastle have started the second half of the season. I don't rate it at all. Eddie Howe is looking like Eddie Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So yeah. Next one, we do have Chelsea versus Liverpool, the Carabao Cup final. Mauricio Pochettino in the cup final against Jürgen Klopp. Hanno, the floor is yours, man. The floor is yours. The floor is yours.
Yeah. Again, like I said a few seconds ago, if we win this, we might be the worst we've ever been since the 90s. Still have more trophies than Arsenal. Always good.
And
So yeah,
and
that's
Tottenham,
the
and Tottenham, yeah. Include Harry's team as well.
But Tottenham, that's a given. We have more trophies than them
Don't worry,
every season.
they
Like,
got big
that's
hands.
just
Empty
normal.
cabinet to top minute, empty cabinet, like Watford.
I'm not going to try and debate that because it's true. There's no trophies
Sorry,
since
Harry.
2008.
Sorry, Harry.
Don't worry, man. Don't worry.
I'm going to share with you with Watford, but it's fine. You got dust, they haven't.
They've got Daniel Levy, it's fine, man. They love Levy down there.
Yeah, but this game,
We got the league trophy.
I think Liverpool's injuries does make it more 50-50. No Salah, well, no Nunes as of
Apparently,
now.
Salah is back.
I think
Apparently,
last-
Salah
I
is
know,
back.
just to let you know.
Yeah, last
they've got
minute
16
decision
players.
going to come down.
Yeah,
They've got 16 players out at Pat County. If you can name them all, I'll give you a gold star. 16 out.
No, apparently Salah is back. I've seen videos.
yes, yeah. Salah was Salah was rested for the Luton game, but we need to move on with the predictions. So,
He said he was
Hannah, go
injured.
ahead.
They said he was injured already.
No,
No.
he did. He came back obviously and scored against I think it was Burnley. So I think he was rested for, but there's no way that Klopp will let him sit out a cup final. Not even.
I didn't say that.
I
I'm just
think
saying
it's a 50-50 decision
he
on Nunes and Salah. They're going to start, might be on the bench. But yeah, of course, no Trent, no Szoboszlai. Who else is out? No Jota.
Come on, Hannah. You think you got
Who else?
you can beat him here, don't you? Now. You
So,
really think you can beat him?
It does
Well,
make it very 50-50. Of course, no Alisson as well.
It's still got a good team, mate.
We don't have a really good recent record at Wembley. But luckily we don't have the Wembley curse Mason Mount with us. So
Can you please stop saying band names on my streams? No, come on, man.
so
you played Mount on
To be
FIFA.
fair,
All right, one at a
apparently-
time. One at a
Apparently, I
time.
look like
one at a
Mason
time.
Mount, so I don't know what the hell the comparison is. I'm not Mason Mount. I do not look like him.
you don't know who that is. I don't know if he's still alive though.
Wow,
to-
Matara Melassia. I don't know where the hell that guy
he
has
hiding,
been.
I
But,
think?
Him and Mounts has gone on a holiday somewhere. I don't know
they've
where.
been probably Dubai, man. They probably went
Yeah,
to Dubai.
iconic number 7, eh?
Salt Bay,
Enjoy
yeah.
that.
I still can't
So-
believe it's number 7, man. Wow. Anyway,
So, yeah,
continue.
This will be our 7th try to win at Wembley. Of course, Liverpool under Tuchel. The season
Fraud.
in that season, Bowley took over when we were put in under administration. Just like forever, but that one 2 cup finals lost could have been a whole different season if we won those 2 on penalties. I think it goes to penalties again, and of course Pochettino. It will be if he does win. If we do win his first trophy in England, so that's again another sticky point. Yeah, I don't know. I just know it's going to extra time. I've got this feeling extra time penalties. I can't say who's going to win.
At least Pepper's at
Honestly,
Real.
I can't bracket.
Yeah, exactly. But let's get our score predictions in, shall we? I'm gonna vote to go last because I'm interested to see what you guys say. So I'm gonna let Stepsy go first.
Okay. If Salah's back, he don't make a team, so I don't really care. They said he was injured on the radio and on the team. They said he was injured, but obviously, if he is back, then it's a big plus for Liverpool. If he is back, they've still got 15 players out. If he is back, I think with them missing Szoboszlai, Arnold, Jota, people like that make
Jones,
make Liverpool very strong. I think it would be tough for Liverpool. Okay, they did look strong against us. They still got some great players. When Javier looked good, Gravenbach can always put in a shift. Van Dijk and Kante will be at the back, so they're fine. Keller's okay in goal. He's not the safest pair of hands, but I think he'll be okay. I just think Chelsea are strong and they've got too much.
Oh,
I'm gonna go Chelsea 3, Liverpool 2.
ooh!
I really am. I can see goals. I can see goals because I don't think Chelsea are the strongest at the back, and Liverpool. If they've got to play Timmy Castle, Gomez.
Yeah, I hear that.
I don't like Gomez at left back. I don't like him at left back.
I think Konate's out as well. I think I saw Konate's out. I'm not sure if it's true.
Yeah.
I think Konate.
Oh, I don't think they're safest there. There's a bit sloppy against us when we got forward. They got nervous first half. So if Chelsea can put them to the sword first half, I can see them getting goals. Chelsea get goals, but I think Liverpool will come back strong in the second half. I think Klopp, if things ain't going right, Klopp will change things about a bit, make a bit more aggressive, and they'll get a couple of goals. But I think Chelsea will just be a little bit too strong.
Yeah. Manny, over to your score prediction.
For me, I'm going to go for Liverpool to win in extra time. I agree that this game will go into extra time, and I think Liverpool will be too strong because. Look, here's the thing. Let me also big up Jurgen Klopp and say that it is really, really refreshing to hear a manager not make any excuses vis-a-vis injuries and say, you know what, we've just got to do whatever we can and play. And he's brought in some youngsters who've stepped up magnificently, be it Connor Bradley or Jarell Quansah. And listen, games like this are going to be won in the midfield. So in as much as Chelsea's attacking midfield have done quite well in recent games, I definitely don't think that they will stand much of a chance against Liverpool's defence. And obviously, I would see Robertson starting at left back with Gomez at right back. So hopefully that will calm Stepsy's fear. And this is going to be a game, obviously, where both teams are going to fight hard for it. But Liverpool have got far more staying power than Chelsea. And you know, any team which will see a struggling defence with Thiago Silva, the more consistent figure, is really a defence that's going to be on a hiding to nothing. And nobody can tell me that without Szoboszlai, McAllister and Endo and company will not run the show in the middle of the park. And then who do Chelsea?
Did I just hear someone say big up Klopp when that's the same manager that did fist pumps after being Luton? Come on now.
No,
listen. All right. No, hold it. Let me land. I'm going to say this right now. The reason why I said big up Klopp is because he doesn't make excuses. And yes,
come on, he does.
Both he and Arteta.
Excuses.
All right, boys.
No, I'm not cutting
boys. Orest, please let me land. All right. Now. Maybe he made excuses earlier, but now at least he's not really talking about the injuries as much. And whenever Arsenal do have a bad result, we always tend to blame the injuries more often than not. Okay, so I just think that Liverpool do look a stronger side. And, you know, even without Salah, they still got Gakpo, they've got Diaz, Nunez, and... you can laugh all you want, Stepsy, but you've seen for yourself how good a player he is. It is going to be a cup final, so both teams are going to fight tooth and nail, but Liverpool have got the greater staying power, and they should snatch it in extra time. And as for the scoreline, a tough one. 3-2.
Yeah, 3-2. Interesting. Blair, over to you, obviously, you know. Yeah, play.
So, last time out, Chelsea vs Liverpool in the Carabao Cup final. We saw Liverpool obviously win the cup. Kepa Arrizabalaga missing the final penalty for Chelsea. So obviously they don't have Kepa anymore. So they, you know, takes off a percentage of chances that they're going to lose this one. Obviously, I actually hope that, you know, Chelsea can do well in this. You know, I think that they deserve something after a long time of being hurt. So I think the fans do deserve it. However, it's got to be said that Liverpool have too much of a good side, and they are miles ahead of Chelsea. Especially, you know, we've seen it in the league this season. Chelsea are nowhere near Liverpool's level. So I'm going to go with Chelsea 1, Liverpool 2, full time. No extra time, nothing.
Yeah, man, interesting. Listen, I hope that it doesn't go extra time because we've seen like most finals, they seem to go extra time and penalties. But for
Yeah.
me, I just want it to be done after 90 minutes. Harry, over to you. What do you think is happening here?
Yeah, I mean, it might surprise you slightly. It doesn't myself. I think going into this, because of the players that Liverpool go out, I don't want to say that Chelsea are the favourites, but I think Chelsea are in quite a nice position. I think they've turned the corner. And
Wait,
obviously being a
sorry
Spurs
to
fan.
interrupt you there, but you know the last time we thought we turned the corner was Man City 4-4, and then we got swept up 4-1 by Newcastle
Yeah,
at St James's
absolutely.
Park. So,
Can I tell you
saying.
why you have turned a corner this time, though? Because Pochettino under Tottenham, his turning point was Villa away. And funny enough, it's the exact same month as well. So I think that you have proper turned a corner, and I think that you'll go on a crazy unbeaten run now. I think a few teams will.
I hope so.
Really need to. Yeah, and I think you'll win this game, if I'm honest with you. And I think it will be done in 90 minutes as well. I think Liverpool will really miss key players such as Jota to really impact the game and really differentiate the game, if you like. I think Chelsea, we talk about firepower. Chelsea, the money they've spent, they should have more firepower. With Chelsea, I look at individuals, look as a team and go, are they going to perform or not? You just don't know what Chelsea are going to turn up. But they've definitely got, for me, the calibre and quality of players to win this game. And I think they will win 2-1.
Interesting. Sorry. Mr. B, coming to you.
Yeah, I actually think there could be a few goals in this one, you know. I think it's going to be a Desmond and going to extra time, and I think Liverpool win it 3-2 in extra time.
My result, good one.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to copy you. It's just that I think there's going to be a lot of goals in it, and I just think they might just do it, Liverpool, because you know
I never said.
They want to win.
I never said you were copying me, Mr. B. Far from it.
They want to win it for Manny's team, Liverpool. So, you know. No, I just think they will. I just think they'll have a bit too much in the end.
Don't know how you too much.
No, Stephen, I'm not going with that. I'm just saying this what I think.
No, I'm just saying I don't know. I don't expect their bench to go with too much. I don't understand. I really don't. I just don't think they've got. I just don't think they've got the players to do it this time around. I feel sorry for them, I do,
but they concede as well, didn't they, Liverpool, Stephen? You know.
Yeah, but they've got 2 rocks in defence, and I think they're good enough.
Yeah, but they got players up front to score. Liverpool.
One player up front that can score. I'm not in Gakpo. Gakpo had an easy shot against us. I'm not saying he's great because he isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, anyway.
If anyone takes that 4-1 in account of the Liverpool beat us, then you got to say it's Luton at the end of the day. We went 1 up, great, but then we fell apart second half, and Liverpool made Liverpool look like world beaters because we just fell apart. We crumbled. As soon as their crowd got into it, they stepped up a gear, and they found an extra gear that we couldn't match. But at the end of the day, I think Chelsea are a totally different team to Luton, and I think Liverpool are struggling with players. They're front and centre, and I don't think they've got enough. I don't see how you can think they've got too much. If anything, they're with Chelsea. Not too much for Chelsea. They're on par with them. If you want to go as far as that.
Sorry to kind of interrupt, but if you look at the players, and I briefly discussed it earlier, the players that Chelsea have got, right, whether they're performing or not, or whatever you think of them, they've got so many players that can potentially impact the game. They've got, I went through their bench the other day, there's 9 or 10 players already on there that should be in the start 11, but there's no space for them. I mean,
that's what I'm saying, Harry. That's what I'm saying. I think Chelsea got too much because they're losing key players. Yeah. Very key players.
Okay, but like...
I get what you mean. McAllister, brilliant. Endo, brilliant. Yeah, Elliot can run rings around people. I get that, but I just think, like Harry said, Chelsea have got too much, and they've got all their 11 plus players on the bench that can impact the game. When Liverpool haven't got the bare bones, they've got 11, and their own players they've got less on the bench won't be able to cope with this at the final. It's totally different. Final is millions of people. They play in front of 60. It's going to be 80,000. I think it's going to be a big task for Liverpool.
Okay, so step C. So 1 minute. What was your prediction though? Did you give your prediction already?
Yeah, 3-2.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he's at 3-2.
Yeah.
Chelsea
So
will probably get the 3, and then they'll settle back, and Liverpool just get 1 or 2 to make it interesting in the last 10 minutes.
yeah, I think a lot of us can agree to disagree. We've had a lot of differences in opinion with regard to this, but I think without really talking too much, I think this has produced a great deal of controversy. Is everyone giving their predictions?
Yeah.
No, not except for me.
Yeah, Oris, go ahead, son.
So
For me,
I've got to stick with
Chelsea,
it,
Liverpool, Carabao Cup final. I mean, we all know what Pochettino, right? I'm not trying to even do this on purpose, but Spurs Champions League final, I think he could have done better in terms of his in-game management. But I don't know, man. Because if Chelsea do win this game, then I would say that's very good for obviously Pochettino, and it will be good for the club overall and for obviously the owners. But I'm gonna.
It's a tough one to call. It's tough.
I'm saying. Okay, you know what? 1-1 penalties Chelsea. I'm gonna go for that. 1-1 penalties Chelsea. Yeah, but hopefully there's not a Kepa situation where. But you know what they got? Hey, that Kepa one. Hey, that was
I still can't believe he did. I still can't believe when Sarri wanted to come off, he said, "No, I'm not coming off." When did the player?
Chelsea could have won, you know, with Kepa there and goal. Yeah.
But when did player have a power over a manager's decision?
Exactly.
Because Kepa obviously had
more
power over the manager. Managers.
Let me add to that comment. Apparently, United fans think Sancho is bigger than Ten Hag. Well, yeah, definitely, yeah. We can see at Dortmund, isn't it?
I still don't understand why Kepa. When did Kepa have power over the manager?
It's funny, man. It's funny. Yeah, man, it is.
Sarri was by himself. The decision for a manager should be final.
Obviously, Hannah does need to go. He said in the Bible chat, but Hannah, do you want to shout your socials? Also, big up for joining.
Yeah, YouTube Coaches Corner as always, and then Instagram _coach_corner, Twitter anu 70830030. If not, you can just put in Hanu _coach corner. Should find, and then TikTok Coach Corner 1. Of course, the other last 2 games is Wolves Brentford, Wolves 2-0 and Brentford 1-1 draw. So rest and the panel and up the Chelsea.
Yeah, no, not up the Chelsea. None of that nonsense. But yeah, big up to them. So hang on, why am I on? There we go. So guys, let me just sorry. But yeah, streamer, calm down. I'm not avoiding this injury, but calm down. Don't someone scream my face. But look, got 2 games left. Let's do score prediction for this one. Wolves and Sheffield. I'm saying 4-0 Wolves. Manny.
3-0 Wolves.
3-0 Wolves. Stepsy.
Yeah, 2-0 Wolves.
2-0 Wolves. Flair.
3-0 Wolves.
3-0 Wolves. Harry.
3-1 Wolves.
3-1 Wolves. And Mr. B.
I'm going 4-0 Wolves. This one.
4-0 Wolves.
Scratch him, you know.
Cool. Okay. Oh no, I've seen the private chat. So Flair and Harry do need to go. Do you each want to give a quick score prediction for this one?
Yeah. 3-1.
Be kind.
3-1 West Ham. Okay. Harry.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say I fancy West Ham to win, get back in form. 3-2 West Ham.
100%.
Fair enough. Right. Let's do the social. Flair, big up to you, Flair. Do you want to shout out your social where people can find you?
Yeah, AFC Flair on Instagram, and obviously I've got my affiliation, Flair Family, as well on Instagram, also, which you can find me there. So, big up everyone for having me on.
All right, just later, Flair.
See you later.
And I'll see you all later.
Big up Flair, man. Big up Flair, man.
Big up.
Guys, big him up, guys, because he does do our. Oh, why am I so screaming again? He does do our thumbnail. So big up. And obviously, big up Harry as well. So pleasure to have you on. Obviously, your day. Do you want to shout your socials?
Yeah, firstly and most importantly, thank you very much for having me on, and big up to all the guys in the chat. Go check them out on all socials. So thank you very much. If you want to follow me, you can there, Harry Scarf 22. Have my own channel, Scarfy Spurs, that you see in the bottom there. We do match previews, instant match reactions, weekly live shows, often daily streams at the moment as well, while I'm off for half term. Yes, we do a load of things like that, match day vlogs. So, and there'll be more coming to the channel. So thank you very much for having me on. Also co-host Part Lane Podcast every Sunday 7 p.m. Also co-host Spurs Kings TV every Friday 7 p.m. So thank you very much for having me on. Big up all of you.
Yeah, big up Harry, man.
Cheers,
Big up
mate.
to you,
Good luck to you.
Big up,
Just
man.
had you, Harry.
See you later.
Take care, man. Big up,
All the
man.
best.
Spurs are shit. Spurs are
Just
shit,
had
yeah. But yeah, look, we all know Spurs are bottlers, so hopefully they bottle top 4. Okay, right. As we were saying, West Ham versus Brentford. Mr. B, obviously you're the
Mr. B,
Brentford
over
fan
to you,
here.
son.
Yeah,
This is a huge game, man, because obviously West
yeah, I
Ham
know.
they're in
Yeah,
under
before
pressure right
that,
now.
there's a question for Manny on there. Does he want to answer that about
Oh,
Tony
sorry.
Adams? And
Yeah,
AFC,
yeah. The question is, of course, when Tony Adams went to prison, he was asked if he had any requests, and he asked for the wall to move back 5 yards. Normally you only get requests if you're on death row. So I think AFC always has pretty much mentioned that as more of a joke than anything else. But yeah, it just goes to show that Adams was a character, and we need more like him back at our club. You know, it's as simple as that. And I completely agree with him. If Unai Emery were given the backing that Arteta's had now, we'd definitely win at least 1 or 2 big trophies by now.
I agree.
No, I agree.
Go on,
man, I
Mr. B.
agree.
yeah,
Go on, Mr. B.
right. So I was always looking past the City games to this one. To be quite honest with you, I thought we'd probably never get anything against City, and we almost did. A bit unlucky there, to be quite honest. With all that, I've got to say that. Nearly had a point. But, you know, this was the one I thought we had a better... all right, Snipsy, whatever. But I thought this is the one we had the better chance of doing
I thought
something.
Mourinho was in charge.
In? Calm down,
I
mate.
thought Mourinho was in charge. Parking the
Anyway,
bus.
yeah, right. But anyway,
They go on to the sweet side.
yeah, boot him off, Horace. Go on.
Sorry.
No, but I think, yeah, I like that Chelsea fans' prediction there, 2-0 Brentford. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be a bit closer than that. I still think we're going to do it, but I think 2-1 to the Bees.
Fair enough. Money.
Yeah, you know, West Ham obviously are a team in absolute freefall right now, it has to be said. And, you know, it's a shame what's been happening to them, but Brentford should have some measure of confidence after their performance against City. And I really can't see beyond a Brentford win here, but the only team that can lose this game really is Brentford if they don't play well enough. But I think they're going to be motivated for this, and this should be a win. It might be a tight game because West Ham will be determined to try to put things right, but Brentford should be able to outlast them. 2-1.
2-1, fair enough. And Stepsy.
Tony and Malpe with the goals.
Tony, yeah, what free kick moves the ball again, yeah?
We know what Stephen's going to go with here. So
what West Ham fans, what the section of West Ham fans are doing, Moyes, is totally unacceptable. I think he's done a great job with them so far, getting them to the last 16 in Europe. They're still within a shot of winning it. Like a lot of people believe they'll get quite far. A lot of people said they're potential finalists, which I tend to agree with. Brentford, yeah. Like me and me discussed this loads of times that Thomas Frank has a formation and he doesn't change it. It's been the last 4 or 5, the last 2 or 3 months now, Mr. B. He hasn't tinkered with it.
It almost worked for us, though.
But I'm about over the past 2 or 3 months, Mr. B, is where he hasn't changed it and it's cost you.
That's true. I agree.
Yeah. So West Ham might look at that and think, well, hold on, we know exactly what formation they're going to play. We've got to counter that or match that and see what we can do. I don't think West Ham are particularly brilliant, and I don't think Brentford have got much left in the tank either, unless Frank can turn it around. No respect, because Mr. B, no respect. As well as West Ham are in free fall, you're just stuck in the mud. But West Ham are in free fall. But I think Moyes want to shut these minorities up and try and get a result. It won't be easy because even though West Ham are at home, it won't be easy. But I was going to say, don't forget out of a sticky spot, but it's going to be 2-2.
What I will say, adding on to that, we have got a lot of players back now, so we have got.
I'm just saying,
almost
back, you're stuck in the mud, but you will get
It's only a Bomo we're really missing, and
you're missing
Mayo
for me. You're missing Mayo. He'll
probably be back for Luton. Let's put it that way.
Anyway, that'd just be our luck, though.
Yeah.
But no, you're stuck in the mud. But I think West Ham are a little bit in free fall. You'll get a point out of them away, and that's a good point away.
I'll take it. I'll take that step.
That's a good point away.
I'll take it. But I'll take a win because we do.
Oh, it will. So anything in away games is a bonus because you want to win the home ones. But anything away is always a bonus. So whatever you get away from home, you take that with pictures. You take that and run with it.
Oh yeah, mate. I'll rip your hand off. But any day. So, but yeah, whichever of those. So it's Orange now, isn't it? To do it.
Yeah, it's me. Look, both teams obviously they've been off form. West Ham obviously they've conceded 6 to Arsenal, but look, man, it should be interesting. I do obviously because the South London thing, I do expect West Ham to try lift the crowd up. Then they need to honestly. For me, I think it's wrong what they're doing. What they're showing David Moyes because look, I think for me, I think it's disgusting, man. Like, come on, the guy's won your European trophy. He's probably your best manager. I don't even know when, but look,
they got rid of him once.
Who is out there that you guys can get?
Right?
I understand the football that they're complaining, but it's the same football that won you guys a European trophy last season. So what are you complaining? Like these West Ham fans. They've lost it. Like there needs to be more accountability. For me, there needs to be more accountability towards the players, man. Because look, some of them are.
It's delusional. It's delusional. Moyes left, and they brought him back, so he must be doing something right.
Yeah, but in terms of score predictions, I'm gonna go with 2-1 West Ham for me. I don't know, man. Brentford. Yeah. They have to turn up when they go to London Stadium. They need to turn up, man. They can't concede early goals. So I think that's one message Thomas Frank should give to the team.
In the last game we beat them 3-2, so that was tight anyway.
You did, but for me, Mr. B, you can't be conceding early against West Ham, man. It's gonna be a good start, but it should be a tough match for both teams. But yeah,
still, we just about do it. I'm a little bit confident with this one. We can just about beat it.
But exactly. FC always is Orison Banner. Big up to you. FC always.
Big up.
But yeah, we will wrap up. Obviously, Luton don't play this weekend, so yeah, they play next week.
We got Man City. We got Man City next on Tuesday night on ITV. If anyone wants to watch it, and the FA Cup.
Why is it on ITV? Oh, sorry, FA Cup. Sorry.
Yeah,
wait a minute, Orest, don't Spurs have a game coming up this weekend?
No, they don't. They play next weekend.
No, they're this week.
Yeah, they were meant to play. They were meant to play today actually, but I got postponed. Hang on. They were meant to play Chelsea today, but I got postponed. Obviously.
Tottenham tried to get the game with Chelsea played on the Tuesday, Wednesday like us. But both teams, both the FA said no, and they
rejected.
Well, Leeds have equalised. Crikey.
Yeah, I just said Leeds have equalised. No, they haven't. Leeds have gone 2-1 up.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh right.
Leeds 2, Leicester 1.
Right, so let's do a stretch of the lead further then at the top.
No, Leicester losing. Leeds are winning 2-1.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said Leicester.
No, Leeds.
Right. Oh, right. So they're going third again, won't they? Leeds.
They're second now, so they'll put the pressure on Southampton on Saturday, tomorrow night.
Oh, right.
Yeah, man.
there's
But
a real
look,
battle for that second and third, isn't it? Real battle.
First and second at the moment, yeah.
yeah. But look, we will wrap up. We've discussed all the games. So, well, not every single game, but some teams do play next week. They get an extra week off. So, yeah. Let's get people to shut the socials as usual. Manny, big up to you. Where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me over here on Oris Talks Football. Other channels, Del Boy Gunner TV, Coach's Corner, obviously with Mr. Trollop, Danny AC TV, Up the Cherries in all departments, Tony Claude Gunner TV, Football United, Spurs Asia TV. Big up as well to Mr. B and both of his channels, Mr. B Hyper Football Chat and also Mr. B Chats England Cricket. Had a stream with him earlier today where we were discussing the first day's play of the fourth test. And it was good fun being with him on that stream and several other streams. Rich Sports as well. Big up to him for joining in the chat and quite a few others that I can't really, name at present. It's been a long day for me, really. But yeah, good to always come on these streams and have, respectful discussions where we try to cut down the banter. And obviously you've seen a little bit of banter tonight, which is, I do regret seeing some of that, but, some of these guys tend to be a little bit playful. And it is what it is, though. And as long as we remember to respect one another and treat each other the way that we like to be treated, it's all good, because I do believe that at heart, most of us on this panel are quite good. And again, if we can't agree to disagree without being disagreeable, there's no point in having a discussion. So let's cut the snide and the disrespect. And yes, I saw that. Don't even think of trying to pull the wool over my eyes, boy. I'm off social media until Easter, but you can catch me if you type my name. You should see my mug on Instagram, Twitter, and Threads, of course. And enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the sporting action to come, whether it's cricket or football you fancy. There's so much for you to enjoy. But until then, stay safe, stay happy. Don't do anything that the panelists and I wouldn't do. But until then, as always, goodbye and God bless to all of you and farewell to thee. Cheers, everyone.
Big up to you, man. Big up to you. Mr. B, big up to you. Where can we find you?
Yeah, Mr. B for Life 182, Mr. B Hyper Football Chat, and also Mr. B Chats England Cricket. That's the other channel. You can get to that obviously through Mr. B for Life 182. You should be able to get through to that channel as well if you follow that. Yeah, got quite a bit coming up. Obviously got a preview sometime for the West Ham one when they're playing us B. So I'll be doing that with Tony. Don't know when it's going to be, over the weekend sometime. Early Doors Football TV, his channel. So we'll be doing that, but don't know when. And of course, I may do a watch along for the game on Monday. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. And obviously, all the things for the cricket, we'll be doing that reaction again tomorrow.
So it'll be a nice stream or a battering stream, yeah? Raise stream.
Okay. But anyways, calm it down. But yeah, Stepsy. Obviously, you don't have a YouTube channel yet, but yeah, Instagram, where can you find you?
Yeah, you can find me on obviously yours channel. Big up to him for having me on again. You can find me at Mr. B's on Football Chat channel.
Starting to become a regular now, yeah.
Yeah, of course I am, mate. I can calm it when I need to calm it. I mean, I need to calm it on a few more channels and keep it kosher, but I'm working on it. Yeah, you can find me on Mr. B's on Football Chat and Mr. B Talks England. You can find me on Coach's Corner as well. My YouTube stream is coming back. I'm having trouble at the moment. It's not registering who I am, so maybe I'm invincible somewhere.
I wonder why.
They don't like me on the internet. Why I'm still being broadcast is a mystery. But you can find me at the moment on Instagram, Stepsy Boy, and you can find me on Twitter, or X as Elon Musk has called it, as Stepsy Boy 82. And if you want my Xbox, just hit me up.
Yeah, big up, man. Big up. But yeah,
we will wrap up. Choose Arrest and the rest of the lads. Thanks for having me on again.
Yeah, big up everyone.
Yeah, big up for joining, man. But listen, if you want to find us, Instagram or 6 Football, Twitter or 650. And yeah, man, look, we got streams coming up. Not daily, but streams as usual coming up.
You gonna do one like a Monday or something for the FA Cup?
I will do, yeah. I'll do a stream one day, yeah. So I'll get you on. So yeah. But Yeah, man. Next stream will be on Monday, FA Cup. Not for Arsenal fans anyways, but yeah, just for me and Sepsi. But look, no, I'm joking. But look,
Anyone can join that. Everyone's got their predictions, haven't they?
to be fair, anyone can join it because United could be out. But look, should be a good one. Obviously, this weekend, lots of football and action. But I say lots, but there's not really lots, but so it should be some entertaining games. If you haven't already, make sure you have subscribed, smash the likes, and we'll see you soon. Peace.